gentlemen, so in yesterday we heard and we saw the news of what is to come for Jujutsu Kaisen Phatom Parade. Now, come next week, we are officially going to be going into the original story that they've got planned for us. Fantastic. But just before then, they decided to give us a little bit of a treat and release the JOGO that fought against Sukuna. Pretty unexpected. Doesn't typically happen. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this in terms of, because we just had a new character being the Megami. Fantastic support unit. It's got some good DPS power behind it, right? For a red unit, very solid to have. And so obviously most people went crazy for him because, well, we haven't had a new Megami in a long time, and this man is providing us with a lot of damage increase, of course. And so from that, the timing and the releasing of that unit, it kind of made sense to be like, alright, now we've got a couple of break going on and leading into the original story, and then we'll get into that. Well, for the developers, they were like, nah, we're making the most of what we've got with this Shibuya arc, with the characters that they can release. And obviously, as you guys know, yeah, we are going to be getting the JOGO that fought against Sukuna, of course, once again, kind of leading into and giving us a little bit of confirmation on what we could expect during the anniversary. But we've got furthermore, it's happened. They've dropped it. They've informed us. For whatever reason, I've seen some people mention that what you call it? Apparently, JOGO wasn't releasing on Friday. I don't know where that came from or why that was said. But no, JOGO is releasing on Friday. Just want to kind of clarify that, of course. But pretty much the confirmation is here. So obviously with the page itself, they've informed us of an event. I believe this is going to be a map event, if I can remember correctly. So it's going to be done in 2 sections. Yeah, so yeah, yeah, Grand X's and Battle. Yeah, so this is the map event. But there it is. So that's going to be his artwork. Absolutely glorious. Obviously, we're going to get a cool recollection page. I'm wondering what that's going to be doing. Probably going to be supporting JOGO in terms of doing some insane Jujutsu damage, of course. 100% going to be a Jujutsu user in terms of his moveset, his kit. But of course, the developers are capitalizing on in making bank this time. This time of year for JJK Phatom Parade is always exciting. It's always hype. And they can always rely on releasing characters such as these to kind of build that hype up. And of course, coming to the anniversary, it's going to get a lot more exciting, of course. Now, the big old question is, what is this man doing? What is he going to be capable of doing? Now, I think it's a no-brainer. He's 100% going to be DPS, without a shadow of a doubt. We can't see him being anything else, right? This man is going to have a raw power. I mean, he fought against Sukuna. We saw how stronger JOGO actually got, of course. So to see this version of him, he's going to be doing something stupid. Now, it really comes down to on what, where are they going to put him? Where is he going to be fitted? What's his typing going to be? And so I really thought they might do kind of like a back-to-back. Seeing how this Megami has come about and been a fantastic support DPS. I mean, he can really be put anywhere to everywhere. That's the fantastic thing about this unit, which I absolutely love. I would love to get him. Love to get him. But we're holding out on some bigger and better things. AKA JOGO. Oh, wait, what's his name? Oh, the Fierce Fireball JOGO. Okay, the Fierce JOGO. We'll say that. We'll refer to them as that now. But as I said, coming back to how Megami has come about, it kind of makes me think to say, what if we get like a back-to-back red typing? Because to be fair, red typing has been on a back-to-back streak in terms of support and damage boosting. So I feel like, and plus that will also put more value onto Megami on people who haven't got him to chase for him, because his banner's still going to be there, right? I mean, it's a smart move to make, to put more incentive on a character which maybe some people have skipped on. And okay, well, there you go. That's kind of like a prime example of what we're looking at, of course. I mean, also you can kind of buddy Megami and Gojo together. That way, that's an easy 300% increase of damage. And then have JOGO just come along and use his ultimate and just completely obliterate the enemy. So it got me thinking to say, what if they do a back-to-back red, which is a possibility. I think with where green is at, we're gonna have to wait. I think the next time we get a green touch-up will probably be during the anniversary. We could expect yellow. Blue we just had, but bloody hell, blue was on a back-to-back streak of just DPS, but the DPS just dwindled down because Sukuna came along, crazy, good, and then just kind of went down and down. Oh god. Okay, so possibly blue, but with where my mind is at, I feel like a back-to-back red might be the move. And then if not red, I'm actually leaning towards, say, yellow, but I'm looking at blue, and I feel like there might be a possibility. But I honestly, with where things are at and the setup that we can produce with the release of JOGO, because Undying, he's going to be a disgusting DPS character. There's no denying that. I mean, especially looking at how the free-to-play JOGO has come along in terms of being free-to-play and how they've buffed him up so much. Him being a kind of like a mini Sukuna, of course, as referred to. Yeah, I would love to actually him just get thrown into red, because I mean, even with red typing, DPS wise, it's typically a lot of us typically utilize either Toji or Kugisaki that I've seen when it comes to more of the difficult stages, of course. Obviously, Yuta is still there, Mai still there. I mean, they are options, of course, but and this Itadori still gets some love in too. I know some JP players still rock with this Itadori, which is very nice. But yeah, I would like to see this JOGO going into the red mark. That being said, I don't. Do developers typically do multiple characters in the same typing? I've always questioned that, because I feel like this is something that if they can avoid, they'll try and avoid. Unless there's two characters in the same typing. Oh, am I tripping? I feel like I'm tripping. No, there isn't. Okay, so in that case, no. Well, technically, because there isn't a lower rarity version of Yuki, same typing. So, like in a high rarity format. I mean, eventually it's going to get to that point. Let's be real. But yeah, I think for that, I'm gonna go and stick with to say back-to-back red, or they might throw him in yellow. Even though we just got the Toji. No, Toji's DPS power is actually pretty decent too. Chozo is actually good, so I'm gonna suspect either back-to-back red, or we might have I want to say the first ever high rarity same typing character, possibly. Who knows? But yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with in terms of what I suspect. And JOGO's coming out tomorrow, which means there's still 10 days left for Megami. So I feel like it just makes sense if they do that. It'll be crazy if they do. But yeah, that is the current situation right now, boys. So tomorrow, we will see the man in all his glory. And once again, as I've mentioned in yesterday's video, I am suspecting that this JOGO will probably have some form of uniqueness in terms of having... I mean, we've already got a character that can do 2 hits in 1 turn, but maybe a possibility of not consuming his ultimate gauge to then do a second ultimate, something like that. I think there might be some possibility, some chance to do some multiple hits. And again, that's just going off from what the game has shown us through the boss fight itself. I feel like that's something that they can converse over for us to have some form of playable effect. So I'm going to go with that to say that's probably what we're going to be getting. But he's 100% going to be some form of a damage dealing character, without a shadow of a doubt. And if he does drop for the red typing, then he gets the full support of Megami, because Megami does support predominantly red typing, of course. And so we can kind of pile that on with Megami, Gojo, or Nanami, Yaga, and then JOGO himself ultimately will do some disgusting damage, realistically, with the amount of boosting that we can provide him. So that's what I would primarily would like him to be, just for the sake of nuking. But yeah, I'm going to go with that. Red typing at first, if not, then yellow typing. Don't think there's going to be green typing. There might be a hint of a possible chance of a blue typing, but I'm going to stick with my guns and go red or yellow. But yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. We're 100% going to be going in, and if worst comes to worst, I will use these remaining points, convert them into the pity points, and then we'll get them through pity. It's going to happen. So unless I pull them early on, then I can go all in on this Megami. So either way, we're going to be a-okay. And then, of course, that will then lead into pre-anniversary. God knows what they got lined up for pre-anniversary. I'm suspecting Mahito to drop, because now that we got this JOGO, it pretty much, in a way, also confirms that I think, like, this lineup, I think the next character we'll get is Mahito. In terms of like the cursed, it's definitely going to be Mahito. So I'm still putting my money on to say pre-anniversary Mahito, leading into anniversary Sukuna, Maharaga, and whatnot. Don't know who the third character is. No idea. Probably in some broken Itadori.